You too. What's that? Caesar, the detail guy. Just back with another one. Real quick, just want to do a side-by-side comparison on this intake. I got patients parked over here, but now you see them in there. See the color matching. So we're gonna go from this here, tall vortex. You see how it has the black tall intake in there. Of course, I had to clearance my hood, but it's all good. But we're gonna go from this look to this look over here, y'all. It's gonna be a lot lower. The fuel rails that's on here, these jigs fuel rails, they'll fit right on there, no issue. I may have to make slight adjustment to my my intake, but I got different ones. So these shorten that up and make it just right. But of course, when I put the adapter plate on here, it's gonna push this out some. So this gonna need to be shortened, and I got multiples of these, so I can easily swap them out and still get the same distance. The next thing I'm gonna do too, y'all, I'm gonna change this. Put the longer one on there, but I'm gonna probably put a black one on there. Yeah, probably put a black one on there because I'm gonna end up taking this out, painting this joker black. I put it there as a hot box, but you know, whatever. But just trying to clean this motor bay up, and then once I swap that out and see what my wires looking like, I'm gonna go around in this whole engine bay and I'm gonna clean up these wires. This set of wires right here, this how it was in the truck where it went up like that. So when I swap that intake out, you know, it's sitting more up here. So when I swap this out, I'm gonna probably end up routing this around the way you don't see that, and it's gonna make a clean look across the top. You can actually open up the loom, and all the sensors that's on here, they got extensions on them where you can extend them to where you need them to. So like I said, this right here, I'm probably gonna end up looming it around the back. Make it a nice tight fit across the back of it and coming back up each side. Yeah, that'll give me a way cleaner look wire wise. It'll take some of this right here up out of here where it'll be clean right here. This right here be a lot cleaner because it'll come around and feed up instead of coming across and feeding up. So only thing I'm gonna have to figure out is this transmission harness I got running out the back, which probably gonna be fine, because if I'm gonna bring this back here, then it'll probably be fine because I'm gonna have more space to move this around. But I'll figure it out once I get going. This the AC wires. These are long, so I have plenty of room to either go back around or stay here. Or even with the AC wires, I could probably go under and up when I'm being long like that. So I'll figure it all out. But I'm gonna clean this engine bay up. This gonna give me an even cleaner look. I already got the Corvette set up on the front already anyway. I got the water pump with the outlet over here and the lower one. I got the ICT billet brackets that set everything up like the Corvette front. Same thing with the AC over here. Move this. Same thing with the AC bracket and stuff over here. It's all set up like the Corvette. So this ICT billet set up here. These brackets, relocation brackets, they ICT billet brackets as well. But when I start to clean all this stuff up, I'm gonna figure them brackets out as well, because I might be able to do something different with those brackets now, especially once I get this dropped. If you can see this right here, my fuel regulator, that's gonna be adjusted. 9 times out of 10, what I'm gonna do when I put the other one on, I'm probably gonna connect this directly to the rail, because I want to change all my fuel lines and put the Teflon fuel lines in there, just in case I do decide I want to run EF85 or E85, which I doubt. But just having those hoses without no corrosion, no destruction, no corrosion, and no splitting is gonna happen with those things. It shores up my fuel system a lot better. So this setup is fine how I got it right now. It's tuned, it's running, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's half tuned, it's running, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. But I'm gonna clean this up because I want my engine bay to be a lot cleaner. So I'm gonna drop it down with this, because you can see now how tall that thing is. I mean, if you look down the side of the car, you see it. You know what I'm saying? You can see it. That's the top of the fender right there. You can see that. So that's why I had to clearance the hood. But once I bring this joker here and fit that on there, then we in the money. So, and then I'm gonna take this one, cause this one is ported. It got everything. It's ready. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna put on the Tahoe, the build I got going for the Tahoe, cause these two builds, if I can get these jokers to pull more air and do everything that these two. That truck gonna be super fast, so we'll work that out as time go. But for right now, that's what I'm getting ready to do. A little later this week, to patience. I'm gonna pull the top half off, clean it all up again, cause y'all know since it's been when it was at the paint shop, my man kind of destroyed my joint. So I'm gonna clean this whole engine compartment up, put the new intake on. I gotta order the adapter plate that go on here for my throttle body. But once I do that, shoot, we gonna be good. Then I'm gonna get it tuned and we gonna keep rocking. Yeah, we gonna keep rocking and see what go on from there. So I'm gonna hit y'all back when I got a little bit more. I just wanted to show y'all the comparison between the two. I mean, that paint on that joint, man, god dang. That paint looks so good on there. I mean, it's perfect match. Perfect color match on that joint. So he told me what it was with my doors. Yeah, I know y'all done noticed it over the course of me showing this car, that my doors was a little lighter than what it was before, what the actual car itself is. Not like this, but just a little bit lighter. Y'all know I had to have my doors redone because the first paint shop, man, he had dents all still in my door. So when he was doing the paint work, and you can tell but you can't tell, this door is a lot lighter than this here. Not a lot lighter, but slightly. This got more metallic than this one. And he was explaining to me why it was lighter, because once he saw it, he was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to do a blend on the door. So he told me he gonna look out for me on that when I'm ready to get the car, you know, touched up or whatever. He gonna do the blend on the doors to get everything matching all the way, you know, like it's supposed to. But he was changing systems when he was redoing his whole shop. He was changing his paint systems, and that's kind of the color way it came out. But he went to a way better company, and now we gonna match up. You saw how he did the intake, and I ain't take him nothing but the paint code, and that's how he came out. So he gonna get me right on the door, so I ain't even tripping. I told y'all before, I had been through so much with this car. Certain things I let slide because I was just ready to drive my car. I hadn't driven this car in over 15 years, so I was just ready to drive my car. But anyway, this CJ Detail Guy, just hitting y'all back, just keeping y'all up to date on what's happening. But when I got some more, I hit you back. Man, that's gonna look so good. I'm gone. Man, swapping that to this right here. Ooh, that's gonna look good, boy. That's gonna look good. All right, I'm gone. I hit you when I got some more. YouTube, what's happening? It's CJ Detail Guy. It's Thursday, November 21st, 22nd. Anyway, I thought I'd give y'all a sneak peek into the process of getting ready to change out these intakes. The process of putting this one on as opposed to this one here, the truck intake, as you can see. All right, that's the truck intake there. It's a good intake. Give you about 10 horsepower. Y'all can go and look all this stuff up too that I'll be talking about. Sometimes I'll be right, sometimes I'll be wrong. But just in my little research, this intake for this motor really gives, it gives it with it ported and different things done, 10 horsepower. It sucks really good air. All right. But that LS2, LS3 Camaro Corvette car intake, it gives it, from what I saw, about 15 to 25 more. That's just in stock form. With mine, it's going to be ported, so that may, help it out a little bit more as far as air to fuel ratio. Because once you get that combination down, air to fuel ratio, everything else is just typing in numbers and hitting that dyno and getting this thing right. But I thought I'd give y'all a sneak peek into the process, the start of the process of cleaning this area up. Now, one of the things that I've been standing here just going and looking at how everything is routed is the wiring and the fuel rail, the way I did the fuel rail. With the wiring, let me show y'all something. Coming off the computer box, I showed y'all before that. It goes there to here, down and up to here, and splits across here. Now I was just getting ready to take this plate here off. I was just going to take that plate off so that you can really see how the wiring on the truck intakes split right there. Right, so you got this leg right here that's going down, that's going to the back to your transmission and stuff. This leg goes over here. This is more of your alternator, your starter stuff, your starter wiring and AC wiring and different things. Not AC, but different wiring that you need on that side of the motor, which really mostly is just your starter wires and stuff over that side. But this one here, that's your transmission one that goes down. So what I gotta figure out, because as you see on the other ones, no little duck off place like what you see on here that can be hidden and covered up. It's purely just the runners. So I gotta figure out with this wiring here, if I want to keep it split like that, running this way, running that way, or if I want to take this section here, that little Y section, open this loom up, put it all together. Because if I put it, what I'm thinking is if I put it all together as one, I can come back down this line here, which runs all the way over here, and I can reroute that entire line to behind the intake. You see that? From here, I could go back around the brake booster. I can go down because I got plenty of room to go down right there. I can go down with it there. That leg that goes to the transmission will go to the transmission, and that leg that goes to the starter side will still go to the starter side. It'll just be ran around the back of the wall. If I did that, that would clean up a lot of that. But one of the issues that I might run into is dealing with these injector wires. Because if I come back around, this may lay, I'm thinking it may lay just right to still run the lines for my injectors. I'm thinking that. But I won't really know until I start really disassembling all this. So before I do that, and most car guys before they do that should do this, stand over this bad boy and just game plan. Put together a plan, how you might be able to run all of this stuff, all right, without too much of an issue, where it make it nice and easy. So I'm sitting here now and I'm just looking. looking at the things that's going on, these relocation brackets for these injectors. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that, because once I take this intake off and take everything off, I got 1,000 miles on this car now, on this motor now. So part of the break-in process is adjusting your valves, your rocker arms, and I got those poly locks on here, so I need to adjust my poly lock rockers. I remember before when the paint man had my car, he kind of discolorated a lot, because that black used to look way better than that, and I bought those like that. So what I'm thinking is, when I go in here and take this top half off, I'm gonna take these head covers off, the valve covers off, clean them up, paint them, do my adjustments to my poly locks, both sides, clean up my fuel rails real good. I'm also thinking about running all new fuel line from the back to the front. All right, because all I have is a feed line right there on this side. I got a feed line right there coming from the back, and then I got a return line on that other side. So the way mine is feeding, it goes from the line there, if you can see right here, that line, it feeds up here, it crosses over the front to this side, goes around, comes out the fuel rail. Let me get over there and show you. It comes around right there, if you can see that. Goes back through the fuel rail, comes out the fuel rail to the side of the, right there into the side of the, what is this? Regulator, fuel regulator. It does that, then it drops back down and returns back to the tank. If you can see it right there, returns back to the tank. So I want to clean all that up, because that's a congestion right there, and I don't like that. So I want to clean it up. So when I clean up the wires, I want to clean all this up to where it's real smooth, it's laid out. I'm gonna loom everything real smooth, real nice around the back of the motor here to this point right here. Clean all this up. And what I'm thinking with the fuel rails, I'm thinking I'll run that feed line from the back over there to the front, and let that feed back through, come around here up to this point right here, and I'm gonna take my regulator, put my regulator here in this position here, and I take that return line and run that return line from here through the frame and back to the back. That's my goal. That's my thought process. So I'm gonna stand over this motor for a little while longer, just looking and trying to see what I can improve, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I got the adapter plate coming for the throttle body here, because I'm gonna use the same throttle body on there, just it's gonna have the adapter. So that's coming. The gaskets are coming. So everything's coming. So I don't want to take this apart yet until everything is here. Once I got everything in hand, then I'm gonna get right to it. So I'm gonna stand over this, and like I said, I'm gonna continue to look at it and come up with a game plan on exactly how I'm gonna move all this stuff around. All right, because I want to clean this whole area up, even with my AC stuff here. I still got the vacuum ball on mine. I kept that because I figured it'll make it easier once I really start hooking all this up. Instead of me trying to run a line straight there from here, one of these lines, it runs to this ball. So on the back of the new one, there's going to be a vacuum port that I'll be able to tap into, where I also need a vacuum port for my fuel regulator. If you can see right there, I'm using that port. I tapped that port right there. You could have did the same thing right here, but I tapped that port right there for the vacuum for my fuel regulator. So I ain't gonna have that. It's on the back of the new one. So I'm gonna run a line off of there. Then coming out, I'm gonna run a T, and one line gonna go here, and the other line gonna go to this ball, because this is the line here, this black line. This line used to attach to the original motor. It used to attach to the carburetor, and would get my vacuum that way. All right, and it would feed this line, and that line would feed right back through. You see this line here? This line here would feed back through to the car. So this line I still got to get hooked up, and this the line that's gonna hook up to the heater side. So once I get that squared away, we'll be in the money with that. But I just want to clean this whole motor up, clean this whole engine bay up, because even with my intake, this billet polished steel here, polished aluminum here, I'm gonna get that powder coated black. So like I told you, I'm gonna change out my intake. That's gonna be black, just bigger. But I'm gonna get this powder coated black. I might change the color on my intake, my throttle body. I don't know. But I'm gonna clean it all up, because once I literally clean all these wires up and get the big bulky intake out, this engine bay gonna look completely different, y'all. Completely different. Now, mind you, I already got the entire Corvette / Camaro accessory bracket on here, and water pump and everything. Everything's been swapped out. See, I got the smaller pulley there, to clear my power steering. I got a new power steering pump. Everything's new pretty much, and it's set up for a Corvette. This is a 6-liter motor here. It's an LQ9 6-liter. So it's set up like the Corvettes would be set up, or like Camaros would be set up with the fronts. All right, so now what I need to do is to make it all look the way it needs to look. That gotta come out. The intake gotta come out, and I gotta transform it with this intake here. This intake here. So once I do that, that thing look good too, don't it, y'all? Yep. So once I do that, that's gonna make my engine bay look way different. I also picked up the bolts today. I got the valley cover bolts, the low bolts, and then I also got the bolts for the actual intake itself. And those bolts are, I think this one is the ones for the intake itself is M6. Excuse me, y'all. M6. Let me show you what they look like. Cause I got them in these bags like that because I put some assembly lube on them because I wanted to keep them, especially these ones. I went to York Boat and got them. I didn't order them offline where they got the stainless steel and all that. I got them with the solid steel black ones. So this the boat. This gonna be the boat, and this is an M6 because it got the Allen head. So it's M6 by 110 millimeters, and these go right here, right there with the washer. So got all 10 of those, but I got them in this lube here because I got them straight steel. So you keep them lubricated or whatnot, that'll keep them from, rusting and whatever. But these are all the bolts here, got the washers in there as well. I got the Valley Pan bolts. They same thing, sitting in some oil, assembly oil. But I got them with the alley keys on here now. Little smaller heads, because of course, as you see, this one's gonna sit way lower than what's on there now. Let me show y'all. So those bolts there gonna give me clearance, because if you look down in here, look down in there. See that bolt there? Let's see if I can get it. See that bolt right there? See that bolt right here? Right there? It's sticking up too high. So I'm gonna have to get the bolts flatter heads to make sure that it sits flush so that I can fit that intake in there. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, and that's a part of my thought process. So everything, and I'm tearing up with this camera today, y'all. But everything with this motor, the whole point is to clean up my bay. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this bay cleaned up, get everything good on this thing. I got my alignment, I got everything straight on the rear end. So once I get this front end done, I'm gonna get it tuned. Then it's mainly gonna be posted up for the winter. So while it's posted up, I'm gonna finish off my sound system. I'm gonna finish off putting the interior and stuff together, and we're gonna come up off of this one. Hopefully the motor for this one is ready soon, where I can just throw this motor in and get this jank tuned and running. But the goal for real is this for the winter, getting this one right. So I got to get on my job and really start doing what I'm supposed to be doing, because really I got a lot done already. I can actually, if I wasn't trying to put new bushings and things like that on this car, this frame is in good shape. The bushings ain't horrible. I just wanted to put all new bushings on it. And while I was putting new bushings on it, I wanted to clean up the frame and the underbody of the car, just so it'll be a nice clean build. So if I ain't want to do all of that, I literally right now can go get the motor, which is right over there, put it in. Transmission right over there, put it in. It's all brand new. Put everything in. Get my AC and stuff hooked up on the inside. That's an after the fact thing. And take this car straight to the body shop, get ready to get it painted. Because I already got mostly all of the body work done with the first preliminary stages. It's in guide coat and sealed. All the body parts and stuff. And I showed y'all this plenty of times before. All of the fenders and hood and doors and everything else is already done. I had the rear end done already. I had it welded, so that's ready to go. It's got 411s in the rear already. I got to change out the suspension on it, on the front and the back. But besides that, this car ready to go, y'all. It's just a matter of me getting it done. So, but that's the goal for the winter time. You know, get this one together, get it nice and clean. Because once I get this one and that one together, I can start doing other stuff, which one of them include working on that 66 Impala. So I'm gonna get that together. That's gonna probably be a build that me and my son actually work on together, that Impala. Because I just want that's the one I want to get him acclimated into, just tinkering and fooling around with cars. He's teaching me stuff with the music, more stuff, because he's in, Soundscapes, which is a great program over here in Newport News. Soundscapes, he's playing his horns. I think now he's playing baritone or whatever. I think that's what it is, the baritone. That thing sounds just like a bass. And I play the bass, but I ain't as good as I want to be, and they got the same note scale. So we're going to be sitting at home in the garage pumping that thing out. So that's why I still got the cutty here, because I'm getting ready to try to turn my garage into a little studio for he and I to learn, playing on. So that's for later conversation. But with these cutlasses though, I gotta get this work done. So I'm gonna stand over top of this joke a little bit longer, look at it, try to see what I can figure out. But I gotta get my engine bay just as clean as the outside. So that's the next move, getting this together. And once I got some more, y'all know what time it is, I will hit you back. Let's get one more look at this intake, because boy, my man painted the piss out this joint. He painted the mess out of it. Look how good that looks, Look how good that look. Ain't take no time. Got her done. Y'all better build these relationships with some of these shops that's good shops. They take care of you. Mars Auto Body, y'all. Hit them up. Go on. Alright, YouTube. Clean my screen. Alright, we here dealing with this intake. I fixed the port piece here. As you can see, I added in a screw in fitting. It screw in. I had to drill this hole out a little bit to get this to screw in. And screwed it in. Then I put the gasket maker around it to seal it up. So we got both sides good. Alright. Also, the porting has begun. You see I started porting. I knocked down that front surface so far. Let me make sure you can see. I knocked down that front part there so far. Got it pretty flat. I started going around here already. I gotta go and buy the extension that reach pretty much all the way to the back. I wanna get as far back by those runners as possible. So that the airflow can run through here real smooth. The less ridges you have, the smoother the air will run through. So I'm gonna open all those, knock as many of those ridges down inside there as I possibly can. You see them, how it sits. Then you see this one right here that's already been knocked down already. I think you can see it. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep going through that with that. I'm using this Craftsman little Dremel. I'm using the sandstone or the stone to do it. Trying not to melt the plastic too much, but I gotta do these as well. Just gonna go around these lips and smooth everything out. Get the corners and edges off of it all the way around. Once I do that, should be good. Ain't too much more I think that I need to do to it. I got that piece put on there. This piece, I got that put on. That was one of the major things. So I got it painted. So now my adapter plate should be here this weekend. The gasket should be here also this weekend. So should we moving right along? Ain't no hesitation. And the car just sitting there now, just pretty much waiting. Just waiting on me to figure that part out. And then yeah, I'm gonna start the swap process. So we moving right along, y'all. Just wanted to come back and hit you with that. Let you see we still moving. Today Friday, the 20-something. I don't know what today is, but it's Friday and we getting work done. This only took me a week, the top of the week, one day to really get this going. So we in the money, man. All right, hit you back. YouTube, looking at these pieces I went and bought to burr this intake. Been sitting here at the house on a Saturday. I used that piece there and this piece here, which is more like a stone, sand and stone, to port this intake. As you can see, ported it all the way in into the inside of it, smoothed it out in there, all on both sides. And then let me get right here. Show y'all the inside. You can see it. I went through and hit in there as back far as I can go with what I had, which flattened out 1, 2, 3, 4 areas all the way back. I left 1, 2, 3 all the way in the back, but this should be good enough. And I also poured it around the opening here, or I shaved off a lot of the opening here, so that should be good enough. Should be good enough. I ain't doing no major port. I see some guys get real extravagant with it, like 454 Chewy, or Chewy 454, whatever his name is. That guy be porting the piss out of these joints. And if I really wanted to get it done like I need to, I probably would send it to him. But for right what I got, I think this might be good enough. The runners are all done good, and then I cleared out a lot of that down up in there, so that should be good. But this thing coming along, yo, just about done. Like I said, I sat in here in my little man area, or the den, and I just shaved, did a little work watching football games, and watching. Right now I'm looking at CJ on 32s with the Corvettes. So, but just sat here, did this, comfortable, had me a little coffee, a little juice, and just worked it out, and it worked out pretty good. So I'm gonna call that a win on this one. But now we gotta put that joker back together.